Hola, hola everyone. Hola Solution.
Hola.
Hola Smokadocious.
Hola.
Happy Sunday, everyone. This is a very special metaphysical Bible study because today I went into the space of what is Easter, right? And I don't think that we've ever really talked about it before. A lot of people that, just want to be focused on the Bible and the Christian aspect of what that is, they'll think that it's just about Jesus and bunnies. But it's so much deeper than that. It is about rebirth and resurrection, and it happens every single year for us. This is just like a New Year's. This is the rebirth. It's like, what are we creating? What seeds are we planting? Because whatever it is, this is what is going to be birthing throughout the rest of the year. So this is a really powerful time for all of us. It's like, if you don't want to remember or connect to, the connection of Jesus. Jesus was an example of that resurrection. And when you take it to a metaphysical place, it goes beyond the physical. This is about, us coming here, being born, coming here, and then experiencing these challenges and, trials and tribulations of life. So there's a constant rebirth and death that's happening with us. And during this time, the spring season, it's a very powerful time. There's some people that celebrated this time with sex, because it's Esther, the power Ostara of Venus. This is creation. So it's a whole new energy being birthed today in the planet at this time. It's the celebration of this newness. And this newness is whatever it is that we believe, whatever it is that we are vibrating. So this is a great time for us to really think about what doesn't work anymore, what's not good. Get it out the way, kill that, get it out the way, and start living in what you want, living in that feeling of what it is that you're wanting to manifest, because that's really the only way that you can get it. And, Jesus came to show us how it's done. And all we have to do is take those lessons and use them in our own lives. But sometimes it takes getting out of everything that we learned and just connecting to the spiritual aspect of it so that you can get spoken to. So I just wanted to kick it off with that, because I don't know what's going to happen today. I'm going to go ahead and balance our little energy with the sound bowl, and then Smokey's gonna open it up and get us going with a prayer. And we're gonna enjoy this Sunday. Ache. Take a deep breath. Let it go slow and deep. And we ready.
Father, Mother God, we come before you on this grand day of rising. We ask for your guidance, your love, your protection, your knowing that all is safe in this world. In lieu of all the confusion, all the chaos, all the challenges that we are facing, again, we know that we are not alone. We acknowledge your existence in us, for us, and around us. And we pray that this day just be extended to the rest of the year. In those words being said, we ask and acknowledge it, and so it is.
And so it is. Ache. Smokey, tell me about your experience with this day and what Easter is for you.
Actually, it's really for me, it's an acknowledgement of the Christ consciousness within us. It's an acknowledgement that we are extensions of God's source, and it's opening up. This is spring. It's a brand new beginning. And in lieu of all the things that have been happening this past year, we can kind of wash away, for me, wash away those challenges and know that what's ahead of us is for us. And in knowing that, we can actually feel, I feel like, you know what? This is, again, every day is a new day, of course, but this is like the grand rising. This is a day where we celebrate our connection to God's source on a more in-depth, private, personal way. But overall, it's just another beautiful day, and I'm still here. So I give thanks for that.
I give thanks for that too. And it's really about remembering that every day is a new day. It is a new a rebirth. Every single day you get a chance to, create it. You get a chance to create it. Solution, what is Easter for you? What is this day like for you?
I think Smokey summed it up. I have those feelings in regards to, it's spiritual. It's definitely an enhanced awareness of what happens in the spiritual realm and what is, and acknowledging that source that's beyond us, and well, not beyond us, but is of us and is of the most high energy, and really being I would say focused in regards to what that is and how it's a part of us. And things of that. I won't say jelly beans and
you won't say jelly beans?
Jelly beans and Easter eggs and hunts and things of that nature. Yes, definitely more of the responsibilities of the spiritual realm.
Yes, and we know that those things and those ideas have really been put into play for commercialism and selling things, and and keeping people away from what this really is, what this really means, and I think that what's great about 2021 is that people are feeling it organically and authentically, and they're going to to what's in their heart, and they're seeking the information through themselves. And I think a lot of people are really doing that, and it's a real powerful movement that's happening right now. And it's not anything, it's something that you feel. It's not even anything that, people are talking about it or this or that. It's just really something that you feel. So as we do every Sunday, we're going to open up a page of a metaphysical interpretation of the Bible by Stephen L. Harefield. And last week, Solution opened. And this week, it is back to my turn. So I'm going to get ready for it. It's funny because I was thinking, should we pick a page? It's such a powerful rebirth day. But then it was like, no. Just do what y'all do. And I said,
amen.
Amen, and okay. And so it is. So we're going to do what we do. And let me go right in here. Okay. And I'm on page 457. Okay.
457.
Actually, I'm sorry,
okay.
456. Because I always go to the left, to that outside page. I'm like, no, let me start in here. All right, 456.
Okay.
And it's in the could it be true?
Okay.
Could it be true? We know through canonical writings that Jesus loved Mary Magdalene very deeply. In the Gospel of Mary Nag Hammadi Library, we find a discussion between the disciples concerning whom the Master loved most, and it is a vibrant testimony to those who follow that school of thought. Also, in the Nag Hammadi Library, the Gospel of Philip further verifies the close relationship between the Master and Mary Magdalene. So funny that this comes up. Okay. A proof of that love and respect is found in Pistis Sophia, Gnostic Gospels, on page 230, when the Master says, "Where I shall be, there will be also my 12 ministers." But Mary Magdalene and John the Virgin will tower over all my disciples and over all men who shall receive the mysteries of the infallible, ineffable, and they will be on my right and on my left, and I am they, and they are I. This is the apex of unconditional love, trust, and confidence in the people he loved. In our modern biblical text, we are told that Jesus loved his disciples, his family, and all his brothers and sisters throughout the world, but there is no biblical hint whatever about a closer relationship with anyone of the opposite gender. Were there deliberate omissions when the book was assembled to keep the patriarchal authority alive? We know now that many of the Master's followers were female disciples, as can be presumed in Acts 1:13 through 15, and in the Newsweek articles as well. In spite of the dogmas adopted by certain religions, we also know that according to the traditions and customs of the Eastern world, particularly in that period of time, the wife walked behind the husband as a sign of social and family subservience. It substantiates the fact that the women in the Bible are described as following the men. In turn, it would imply that Mary Magdalene walked behind her spouse. But let us return for a moment to John 21, verse 20, and which also leaned on his breast at supper. When we consider the male pride and dominance of the era, would a man do this, especially among a group of men? It is doubtful. However, if the person was a man's wife, it would indeed be permissible, and it would make sense. I'm going to continue. In the meanwhile, the question of authorship still remains unanswered. Let us review what we do know. The public was recently advised in 2003 that there had been a mistake in translation, deliberate or not, and the apostle Junius mentioned by the apostle Paul was in fact a woman called Junia. Can this explain the emotional feminine style of writing found in the Gospel of John? We also learn that those who were involved in organizing the early church and assembling the original scriptural codices and scrolls based their efforts on a patriarchal foundation. This led them to ensure that all disciples were to be male, and it may have enticed them to arbitrarily change names or simply disregard or destroy documents that did not fit their plans. Are we reading the Gospel of Johanna? This theory has been entertained by many theologians and biblical scholars over the centuries, but so far it remains inconclusive. We now come to that dissertation in the previous paragraph. If Mary Magdalene had composed her own gospel, it is reasonable to think that she had written other scriptures. Furthermore, the discussion she had with Peter and the other disciples described in the Gospel of Philip and other Gnostic Gospels early indicate that Mary Magdalene was the Master's favorite and had many private talks with him. In the process, she learned much more than the 12 ministries did, thus creating a certain resentment among them, but certainly not diminishing her knowledge. When pondering upon all these facts, it is not unreasonable to think that Mary Magdalene herself could have written the Gospel of John. In that regard, readers may be interested in the cover story of the National Catholic Reporter, July 15, 2005, issue entitled Mary Magdalene, author of the Fourth Gospel. It is they post it as a question, author of the First Gospel, question. It is the work of Raymond K. Husino, M.A., a theology teacher at Notre Dame Academy High School in Staten Island. His research and conclusions have been recognized and praised by major contemporary theologians. His very well presented thesis is clear, concise, provides external and internal evidence that can only confirm what we have offered in the above paragraphs. And that's the end of that. And I have a big old smile on my face because so many messages came through while I was reading that. Did you want to say anything, Smokey, before I start?
No, because this was definitely, for me, it was like just the feminine and where we are right now.
Yes.
So no, go for it. Yes.
Yes. the energy of Mary Magdalene is very powerful today. Her energy is saying, and I'm getting chills as I'm repeating this, as she was saying it to me when I was reading that paragraph, that Easter should be celebrated as a Mary Magdalene Day, because it is the power of the divine feminine in this creation and this ability to procreate in the divine, with the divine feminine energy that is necessary along with the masculine, because we're not going to leave, Jesus behind here. We're trying to really unfold this whole situation with Jesus, and the power of Jesus could not have been done had it not been also with the power of the divine feminine through Mary Magdalene. And so this power was deliberately taken from us. And this is why families suffer. This is why relationships, this is why the marriages that are done in the physical world are spelled and tainted to be destructive. Because they've always wanted to take the woman away, and it is unnatural to take the woman away. And, this is not about, when we talk about the rise of the divine feminine, it is honoring the all. People think that the rise of the divine feminine means that now we're going to take that patriarchal stance as like, our place. And now we're going to do like what the men did. No, we do what women do. We do what the divine feminine does, what it is in our nature to do. And it is all inclusive, because that is what we are. That is what this energy consists of, and we have the power to change everything in the world right now, with our counterparts, with our divine masculine. It's not about leaving anyone or anything out. It's about being able to bring in what works and make it balanced so that more can grow, so that more can evolve. Nothing is like it was before, and it never will be. And this is a celebration, and this time especially, because, we know that it's been happening, this change. We know that it's been happening. But it's such a great and powerful energy of the divine feminine that's coming through, because it's been behind for so long. It's always been in power. It's always been there, but it's been taken from us, and it's been abused, and it's been, it's been controlled. And so now this freedom of this power is coming, and it's coming in a really sacred way. It's coming in a very intimate way for us. And it's not a loud energy of just showing yourself and showing your parts and saying, I'm woman, hear me roar. It's about that roar being this silent power that is felt throughout. And this is happening all over the world. And see, the men that are recognizing this power in them as well are also feeling this energy of the great divine feminine, without losing any sense of their masculinity at all. So it's a very powerful time. And Smokey, it's like I was reading that last part, and I started getting chills, and then it's like she's telling me it's Mary Magdalene. And see, I've been since I got up this morning, I was or this rising, this grand day, I was thinking about this female energy, and Mary Magdalene was specifically coming. When I got up, I was looking around because I have this book. Where's my book? Where is it? Oh, the Magdalen Manuscripts. It's this one right here. And I'm going to show you guys what this book is in the study group. I had never taken it out before because this was a book that was gifted to me by someone. She's actually a friend of Michael's, Smokey, of Michael Beckwith. And this book is from the Agape store. And it's the Magdalen Manuscript, The Alchemies of Horus and the Sex Magic of Isis by Tom Kenyon and Judy Sion. And this book is a book, I have not read the book in its completion because I started reading it, and I like to do what I normally like to do when I get a book is I want to see how much of it comes to me before I open the pages. And so I did I did start to read it, and I did skim through it, and I saw that the concepts of what this book was or is someone channeling the energy of Mary Magdalene and just writing and writing and writing. And it's just so interesting how it coincides with the metaphysical interpretation of the Bible, and it's not even the same book or the same author at all. And so this is just a testament to the information that's coming through right now so that everyone can comprehend what is happening and what's going on. And it happens in little instances like this, so that's all I have to say. Because it just went away just as soon as it
You
came.
were on it. I'm like, oh my goodness. But just look at the synchronicities of this, and this particular that you picked, and you were saying about. I mean, it's amazing when you look at things the way that they happen nowadays. It's almost instantaneous. Like you think, and there it is. Or you see, and you know what I'm saying. It all goes together, and if you just follow your lead, you're going to be in a great place.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and that because it's exciting. It's a little scary too, because it's like, yeah, you are truly manifesting everything that comes into your mind and into your heart instantaneously, no matter what that vibration is. It's coming up. So
right,
I'm gonna give it back to you, Smokey. So Smokey's gonna pull a card for us to help us with guidance for this coming week. This is a very powerful week, by the way. It just feels like, ooh, it's just some things going down, and I don't even know what to say. I just know that we're ready for it, so let's get it.
All right, let's do this one card. All right, so we want to close our eyes and focus on the topic you want to reading about, and this actually goes out to anybody listening right now or in the future. Anything that's going to come and you focus on that, it's going to be specifically for your particular need or desire. We're going to call on our angels and guides, asking for their assistance. We want to feel the guidance we are about to receive as a wise and benevolent message that will help us on our path. Okay, so
stop.
Okay, it is spiritual gifts. We haven't had this one, right?
I don't think so.
Okay, spiritual gifts. You are in the process of developing and fine-tuning your spiritual gifts. You are learning to trust and integrate your spiritual gifts into your daily life. You could also use your spiritual gifts when working with others, such as offering readings, energy, healings, or clearings. Your spiritual gifts could be clairvoyance, clairaudience, energy healing, intuitive knowing, seeing auras, and many others. Be gentle with yourself during this process. Do not overthink it. Developing your spiritual gifts does not involve thinking. If you find yourself trying to figure things out, you could be blocking your process. This card comes today to remind you that your sixth sense is a natural ability. It is not something you have to work at. It is something you have to allow and trust. Be patient. Okay. Allow and trust. Trust, meditation, and patience are the keys when working with and developing your spiritual gifts. Even if you have been doing this for years, there is always more to learn. As you naturally allow and trust the process, more and more information will be revealed to you. You may be trying too hard, and anytime you are trying, you are not in the flow of receiving. This is your sign that you are gifted. Okay, this is a part of your path at this time. Even the most experienced people second guess their abilities to receive divine information from time to time. If you are frustrated with your ability to develop your gifts or use them to help people, it is time to call in your higher self and ask for help with letting go of everything, of overthinking the process. Trust and allow your spiritual gifts to unfold in divine timing. This card is a beautiful omen that they surely will if you haven't already. There you go.
That was a good one. I definitely took that one in. That was very good, and it makes sense for where we are. You know, there's a lot of
Yes.
people that are really, you know, looking for themselves and their gifts and what they can do, and from that energy of I got to do something because look at what's happening in the world. What am I going to do? So it is so important to release any doubt and you really trust yourself, you know, and yeah, work on your meditation because your meditation to me is the salvation for all of this. It really truly
Yes.
is. It really is. Because once you know what to do, you're not going to be relying on somebody else telling you what to do. And and trust is a part of it. Trust, being able to trust that in that time that you are still and that you're meditating, that you are receiving information.
And that's huge because a lot of people feel like, okay, we've got a way that we have to do this. Like I got to sit some kind of way, and it's not like that. It just flow. Like they said, if you're trying too hard, you're not allowing the flow to happen. And you want to be just surrender to it. And no matter how it comes out, it may not be according to someone else or how that's depicted in that particular ritual. But in essence, it's not. Everyone is unique in their own way, and they're accepting in their own way. So, I mean, we beat ourselves up. I'm not meditating. My thoughts are going this way and that way, and I'm thinking this. So what? So let it be. Eventually, you keep practicing. It's going to happen for you.
Yeah. And that's what it is. It's like, and a lot of people are getting caught in that I can't, or this is not working for me, and this is not. And so it is. So if that's what you're saying, then that's what's going to continue to happen. That's why the only person that can get you out of that space is yourself. And what you're thinking about now, man, it is just happening. It's like your life right now is a result of your thinking, of your beliefs. And today, on this fantastic and fabulous day, you get to take all of that just wasn't working. You know, you're looking at your life and it's like, okay, I'm not liking any of this. And today is a day. From today and on, you can start changing that by removing all of the things that don't work. Removing all of those things, and that includes the thoughts. Those thoughts that you're having that are making you feel down and low and doubtful, those are not working. And so you must replace them with higher vibrating thoughts. That's just what it is. It's like I heard somebody say today, it's so easy that it's difficult. And that's the truth, because we're so accustomed to doing, to fighting and doing things and beating ourselves up. And, it's just a constant battle within ourselves. And it's like the moment you release that and you find that release, you realize, wow, this was really easy. All I had to do was make the choice to do it and not give up on myself by, I can't. Because Smokey, look, everybody says they can't meditate. You know that? Do you know that? Everybody says that.
Yeah, they do. They do. Yeah, because they think it's a special place you go, and it's not. It's you will get whatever is for you in that moment. You're going to get it irregardless. Whether you're oming or whatever, you're going to get the message because you've taken the time to sit there and connect with Source.
Absolutely. And can I just say that God works in your rhythm, meaning if you are, some people think that they have to talk to God in a certain way, or they have to be like, maybe they got to go get dressed up and, go to church on Sunday to talk to God. I don't know. But God speaks your language, so however you speak, I know that I saw some videos of this guy, and I know Solution saw the videos. I don't know if you've seen him, Smokey, but I think he's a Crip preacher. And it's like, and when there's a Mexican one, and then there's a black guy, and they both just be like, Jesus, yeah, what the fuck? That's what's up. I fucking love God, and it's like, who are we to judge just because they're using the words that they use? And they're so passionate about what they're saying, but people get, they get stuck on, they said a cuss word or whatever it was, and they don't recognize that God, their God that is inside of them is privy to all that all the time. So you can't change it up. You might as well be yourself. And if that's the way that you have to express yourself for God, and that's what you're being called to do, you must honor that, no matter what anybody says. So it's just about you really finding your own way to that meditation and your own way to that conversation with God, because no matter how you speak it, God is always there listening and absorbing your vibration and giving it right back to you. Everything you want, everything you desire, God is giving it right back to you because we're able to do that as creators. So yeah, that was a good one today. I am happy to be here, happy to be alive, happy to be in this space. There are fantastic and wonderful things happening every single day, and I'm just trying to keep my vibration in the place where I can take advantage of every single thing that's good, because there's enough of the low part.
Exactly. Yes.
So, Smokadosha, Solution, did you have anything else you wanted to add?
Just sounded like the message of the day is to be open to listen to the voice of the universe, to be available to facilitate the magic that is upon us and around us and can be facilitated immediately. So, yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Believe.
Yes, what you believe matters. We talked about that on Friday. Your belief systems. If you guys didn't check out that broadcast on last Friday, check it out, because on this Woosah Wednesday, we're definitely going to be going into that topic on a more personal level. If you are in the Zoom class for that, you're going to be able to experience that. Smokey, will you be with us this Woosah Wednesday?
Well, I'm going to try. I think you come on when I go to work.
Yeah,
so
I know. I'm just putting it out there, talk to us about, we're talking about releasing the energy of, belief systems, the separation that's happening with people because of what it is that they believe. And we're trying to get people to the point of, well, first of all, respecting everybody else's beliefs and not fighting against those, but just working on where you are and what you believe, and allowing for the world to bring you what it is that you are creating through those thoughts, and not being afraid to separate from those people, those energies, those things that are not, they're just not serving you. So we'll be getting into that more on this Woosah Wednesday. Thank you all so much for being here today. And Smokadocious, you want to take us out?
Absolutely. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us, and the presence of God is with us. Where we are, God is, and so it is.
And so it is.